Okay, so tonight we are making French onion soup. Really, really easy. The funnest one yet. Okay, so what I'm going to add first is a little bit of butter, but I add oil too because I saute my onions. So we're starting out with butter. You okay? Oh, heck no. What was that? Hmm. So I put a quarter cup of butter, and then I have, where did my cebolla go? Oh, I have garlic, fresh garlic, and ooh, I have my onion. And what you're gonna do with your onion is you really have to let it sweat out for a while. So just kind of sit tight next to your pan, let it just do its thing. So kind of what's that word called when it's gonna be a while? It's gonna be a while. So like don't feel rushed because you want your onions to caramelize as long as possible because it really is going to change the flavor the longer they saute. And so just take your time with it, no rush. Get your wooden spoon out and just move your onions around the butter. I add a little bit of olive oil just because it kind of, I think it moves it along. I like the process that olive oil and butter do together to my onions. But look at how many onions. That's one large onion, but that's enough for me and Joe. So what I am gonna do, because I buy homemade beef broth, I think it's called beef bouillon. So anyways, I'm putting a little bit of oil, we got the butter. And as soon as my onion starts sweating down, I'm gonna add my fresh garlic to it. But I want it to do some of the work on its own right now and adding butter in there. Hi mom. I'm making French onion soup. I'm gonna do the peach cobbler this week. I just have to order the stuff. So tomorrow's my fifth day. So I try not to. Whenever we travel, we try to stay home just because we just got back from traveling to Michigan. And you just never know gas stations or anything you go into. And I want to be safe. So tomorrow I like to stay home for a few days afterwards. Tomorrow's the date that we can start going, but I wanted to order some groceries to get the stuff that I wanted. Um, but mom, did you guys stay home today? Oh, egg. I did look for an egg poacher, mom, but I think the egg poacher I'm thinking you want a more. They have some that you do like five eggs like at one time. All right, so I have a half a stick of butter, and you can add butter or oil. I do oil and butter just because I like what it does. But your onion's gonna sweat down. Once it sweats down, I did three garlic. I think they're cloves, right, Mom? The little heads. Oh, you had a doctor appointment. How'd that go? Did it go a long time in the waiting room? I feel bad for anybody who has appointments right now. Can't you make four at a time? For what? Mom, you can make some onion soup for you and Richard. Like just do your onions, your beef broth. Um, oh good. You didn't have to wait long. Oh, four eggs. I'm looking for one that's smaller, like an individual egg maker. That's what I'm looking for. I know you had wanted that. So I had three garlic cloves. I believe they're cloves because this is a head, and I took three of them off and I minced them. So now that my onion soup is, and what I like to do is wait for the onion to see how they're sweating. It doesn't take long, but it does take a little bit. I mean, onion, it's French onion soup. You enjoy the time. I mix it quite a bit just because I want to see if it's running out of butter or oil, so I just keep an eye on it, and then I just keep watching it. I'm going to put the garlic in so that way it can all, I mean, believe it or not, this is probably a 2 hour. I mean, you could do it quicker than that. I think me and Joe have eaten it as early as like 30 minutes after I made it, and it worked out just fine. I mean, I'm sure later on that night it was better, but we're gonna do chicken dumpling soup, and I just want to do a few different soups. I'm kind of in the mood for that. I want to do like a chicken dumpling soup or a chicken noodle soup. I'm gonna do a potato soup. Show Richard. Oh, hold on, Mom. I'll show them to you. Hold on. But Mom, you don't have to give them any onions. You can use it to make it, and then just scoop the broth out. Just scoop the broth out, and it's a beef broth stock. So once you make the soup, if somebody doesn't like the onions, all you have to do is just ladle like just do the soup part and not do the onions in there, and then you put it in your bowl. And then what you're gonna do, like these are crostinis. I toast them like they're basically like croutons. See that? They're like croutons. And then I'll lay them on top of the soup, and then I'll put the provolone on top, and then I put it in the oven to broil. It's really, really simple. Let me show you my beef broth. This is my beef broth. It's a little expensive. It's like $6 or $8 for this. But then you make it like 1 cup, and you put 2 teaspoons in it. See it? But then it's really fresh. It tastes really strong flavor. Um, and this is a Mexican version. I don't use my exact tablespoon. I scoop this, and here's my hot water. So I'm going to be making my beef broth beforehand, just so I don't have to wait for it. So my soup, this over here, I can hear it or I can smell it. I'm so excited for you to see it. It's like super, 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 super easy, Mom. Just slice them really thin. Let me show you. Slice them really, really thin. See how thin it is? Can you see that? Are you steaming up? See that? You slice it as thin as you like. We don't mind thick chunks because we like it. My upstairs. Joe's outside. Ugh, okay. Sorry, Mom. All right. So what I would do in my other one, I'm gonna get my beef broth, and I'm gonna just dissolve it. Make sure all that powder's dissolved. And then once I'm ready, see, I'm gonna put 2 of these per bowl. 1, 2. Oh, I have an extra one. I guess I don't. I don't. I mean, I like it. Um, but I like cooking it, and then once it's like the melted cheese on top, that's what I like. The cheese and the new things. The cheese and the bread. Oh, I can't see you, Mom. Ooh, it smells like onion and garlic. It smells so good. I'm putting some shallots because I didn't get any, so thank goodness I have these. I've never used freeze-dried shallots. I wonder if I have to bring them back to life first. Anybody know? Do you know? Oh, yeah, Mom, but you can make the beef. It's just like beef broth soup, and it's just gonna have the flavor of like garlic. Have you ever used those before, Mom? The shallots. I don't know if I'm. Do I have to bring them back to life? Or they look like they're freeze dried. Oh, they are good? I can just put them right in the food? They get tender in the broth. Okay. I've never used these ever. All right. Good enough for me. Are they like strong or anything, or you don't know? Oh, I do like a mom. Salt. Ooh, I hope that's not too much. It's toasting a little bit. I'm gonna put it down a little lower, Mom. Oh, sorry. Let me just. Oh. Ah. Joe's outside trying to get the stuff from up front straightened out because we have so many. All right, so I am going to put my beef broth in there. Let me show you what it looks like. The reason I'm putting it went from white, and now I guess it's called transparency or translucent. Okay, ready? See how they're a little yellow and they look caramelized? They'd be perfect on a steak right now. See that? Let me tap the screen. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, Mom. Let me just flip it the other way so I can see. Oh, there we go. That's better. Ooh, see that? Then I can actually see what you guys are seeing instead of like guessing. French onion soup, guys. We're just gonna keep mixing this around so all of your onion gets nicely caramelized. I think I did 1.5 onions, but it was like this one I used was like 2 of these. And I've also seen that I think one time I made it with a white onion and a Spanish onion. So I like it with any onion at all. All right, so you see how it's just getting kind of translucent, they're golden color. All right, so darling, let me put you back up there. All right, now I'm gonna add the beef broth. It's beef bone broth or broth base. That's literally the soup, you guys. Beef broth, onion sauteed, and garlic, just because garlic makes everything more better. This is beef broth base. And then I had another one that I like them both actually. Um Hold on everybody. Look at what I have in my freezer, Mom. I made them and then I froze them. They're hot. They're fried pies. And that way whenever we feel like we're in the mood for them. Can you see that? Did I show you yesterday? Then I just start some grease up and I drop them in there. Woo! Fried pies. Done in a matter of minutes. I can't find my broth. Mom? Shoot. I had another beef broth that I liked them both, so I bought them both. And I wanted your. And I actually have seen a recipe for putting. Look at this, Mom. Who has pie crust on hand? Look at this. I have to use it the next day or so because I've had it for 2 days. And it's supposed to be good for whenever you want to use it, but I don't know about that. I know. I'm thinking about doing a fried pie tonight. See it? It's supposed to sit for 24 hours before you use it anyways. So, okay. I guess that's the only beef broth I have. And I'm going to add a little more water. Yes, we do. We cook with bottled water. I mean, they're well water here. We have a softener on it, but still we want it like really filtered. I feel like I want a little more water in it. And then you get your spoon or your fork, start putting your salt in, your black pepper in, just get a feel of the flavor. If it has enough garlic, you can add garlic powder at this point. You can add I'm out. Uh, I'm, can you hear me now? Oy, 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 oy. Oh no, can you hear me, Mom? Hi, Aunt Tiny. I'm trying to get my bowl out so that way I can make that for you. Mom, my Keurig died. My baby Keurig died. We left to Michigan and now we have no Keurig. We came home to turn it on and it won't turn back on. We don't know what went wrong, but we unplugged everything because when we leave, we usually unplug everything. And I don't know what happened to it, but now Joe doesn't have a coffee. I'm going to use this size bowl. It's a smaller bowl, but I can put 2 of these. Let me show you guys. I would rather use a smaller cup, but if you put 2 of those in the top, otherwise, ooh. So, Mom, I have to use this for Joe's coffee now. I open his K cups up, and I put this. I put his K cups in my tea cooker. Okay, so this is another thing. It's a little smaller, and then you put your broth in. I'm just gonna do it. A ladle. So, Mom, this is where you would put. See, like from right here, you can just put the broth. You don't have to put the onion. Watch. It's just the broth. So you don't have to put any of the big stuff. If we're making the smaller one, let's just say we do like onion. Okay, you grab your onions and you put your broth in. And oops. See that? Then you grab your croutons or crostinis. You lay them on top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to toast it and then I'm going to post it. But then you grab your cheese. I should have had it out. My bad, my bad. I normally like the provolone from the deli section, and you can do it super, super, super thin, and then you just lay it on top like that, and then toast it. That's your French onion soup. I would normally go higher, but oh, this is not going well. Hold on, guys. I think I'm going to add it to this one because it's just frustrating me at this point. My croutons are not working. Okay, I'm putting more in. I know that doesn't look good to people who don't like onion, but if you like onion, this is where it's at. All right, that's it. You add salt. I put salt and pepper in it. Then you put your garlic, your onions, beef broth. That's it. Then you add your croutons on top. One, or crostinis, my bad. You add your provolone, and I'm going to melt it in I would do 1.5 actually, because we like cheese. And I'm going to melt it, and I'm going to post it. You guys can see. My Wi-Fi is really bad right now. But anyways, they told us it was going to not be good Wi-Fi today because they're trying to put new posts up. But I was determined